Hello, hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's Marcin here from Wireless Income Academy. Greetings from our beautiful office in gorgeous Maldives, sunny, gorgeous place here. And we are broadcasting live to 4 different corners around the world. I want to say big morning, big, beautiful, gorgeous morning to all of us, all of you who are joining us from Europe. Good afternoon to you who are joining us from Asia, and good evening to everyone who is joining us from Australia. And today we'll talk about promoting. We'll talk about 3 powerful steps that when you follow them, your promotion will go through the roof. And I'm gonna break down some numbers, and I'm gonna show you exactly what we have done within a period, I believe, around 40 days. I'm just gonna break down the numbers. You're gonna see some of the results, and you will see exactly what action we have taken. So first of all, before I go any further, I want to confirm that you can see myself, that you can see my face here, and that you can hear my voice. If you do, please leave some comments below. I'll be monitoring the comments here on the side. And right after that, I think we're ready to get started. So thank you very much for the feedback. And so today, we're gonna make it a little bit of different. I would like to encourage you to grab a pen, paper, and we'll be doing a little bit of calculations, and we'll be diving right into strategies that will help you create a business, the business that will allow you to create an income from any location. Doesn't matter if you are in the UK, if you are in Malaysia, Singapore, if you are in Australia, you will be able to create. Today we'll take massive steps toward creating an income that can travel with you, that can go with you wherever you want. And as you know, here in Wireless Income Academy, we focus on 3 different things. We focus on mindset, on traffic, and on productivity. Why this sequence? Let me break it down for you. So mindset of a gladiator, because business is a sport for gladiators. What do I mean by that? The longer you play this game, the more likely you are to die. There's such a high ratio of people who are dropping out and losing because they don't have the right structure, they don't have the right mindset, they are not able to generate traffic, and they are basically not producing during the day. So we have the mindset of a gladiator. We've got traffic strategies that work, and we've got, and I will show you some of ours that we have done ourselves, and also the productivity hacks. Did you know, or can you remember the last time you experienced that you were able to do in a single day something that let me turn it back. Do you remember a time when you were able to take the whole day of work and do it in 1 hour because you were rushing somewhere? Maybe because you had an important meeting. Maybe you had some visitors coming over. And what you've done, you eliminated all the distraction, you laser focus on the task, and you're able to do it. So that's what we want to focus on. We want to focus on mindset of a gladiator. We want to focus on traffic strategies, and also on productivity hacks. Why? Because when you combine the 3 together, you have absolutely amazing results that will lead you towards winning fast. So I want you to realize something. It is possible for you to clone yourself. It is possible for you to duplicate yourself. It is possible for you to create online real estate that will be working on your behalf when you are not working. And I'm looking forward to hearing more testimonies of setting up business structures that work for you, and you wake up to something called, that I like to refer as pillow money. That's the money that shows up to you when your head is on a pillow. So basically we'll be bringing different guests, and we'll be breaking down strategies like Napoleon Hill in his book Think and Grow Rich. Many of those principles will be here on the table, but today we'll focus on promoting in 3 powerful steps. So grab a pen, grab a paper, and if you have a calculator as well, just put it next to you, because I will be showing you some numbers, and the numbers will help you reverse engineer the solution that you are after. So before we finish that webinar today, that mastermind, you will walk away with 3-step formula for promoting. So let me dive right into that. Right, we've got a couple of things prepared, and if we have anyone who would love to quickly jump right on the call and would love to share a strategy, a moment, a situation when impossible became possible in your mind, when impossible became possible, I would like to encourage you to share with me right now. Good morning, Shahid, as well. And if there is anyone, please either shoot me a message on Facebook, and I will be monitoring that, or just basically leave a message under the comment here. So I would like to bring somebody over as well to share a story when impossible became possible. Why? Because I personally believe that you are not broken and you don't need to be fixed. I personally believe that there is a part of you that we need to put in charge. And what would be that part? Right now when I'm speaking to you, I want you to go back in memories, and I want you to go back to a place when impossible became possible, when I don't know what it was for you. Maybe you found a job that you thought it's impossible. Maybe you got a life partner, a girlfriend, a wife, or husband that previously you didn't think it's possible, but right now you are together. Maybe you went on a trip for something that you never thought that would be possible for you to go that far or do something unique. Why is that important? Because all starts in the head. All starts in the head. I know how it was for us initially when we used to do a belly-to-belly traditional business, and then we moved to online marketing. I will be honest here with you. We had lots of doubts. I'll be honest with you. We had lots of unbeliefs and what-if questions, and like a little bit of taking a step forward and taking a step backwards, right? So there was this kind of conflict, internal conflict. So unless you are able to resolve that, unless you are able to step into that and connect with that powerful part of yourself, you will not move as fast and as you should be moving forward. So an example of something that when impossible becomes possible, in my life personally, I mean, I remember, let me see, I hope the quality of the voice is good because the connection was not that plugged in that well. But I hope if there is anything that has changed, please shoot me a message, and I think right now we should be having a slightly better connection than previously. So coming back to the moment when impossible becomes possible, because there is this place where it's impossible, there is this place where it's possible, and in the middle there's a gap. So we have to put a bridge, and you have to walk over to the other side to be able to go there with certainty and take action, take necessary marketing action in order to be able to produce results. So it all starts always in the head, always in the head. I remember for the first time when I was thinking of going to UK, that was like really impossible. I didn't think I would be traveling the world, and I didn't think I would be going to another country. And that was like, I heard other people doing that, but I didn't think of myself that way. So first of all, I had that limiting beliefs in my head. But later the situation showed up when I could help out. I was working for a satellite TV company, and there was a guy who had a problem with the decoder, and he dropped by. I helped him to solve the problem, and he offered me a ticket, a highly discounted ticket to go to London. And I remember that time when I had that ticket, I bought the ticket, and that was like seeing things that's going to happen in my life where I didn't think it would be possible for quite a while. Why am I telling you that? Because we all have had moments in our lives when impossible became possible, as little as it might sound, but the principles are the same. You still have to put in charge part of you that is this champion, this is the sleeping champion, that is that part of you that is ready to show up and attack, that is ready to dominate, that is ready to do whatever it takes. I hope you've got that part of you, and I hope you're taking notes here, and I hope some ideas and some moments are flying through your head, that you remember those moments. Because when you put that part in charge of yourself, you will notice massive, massive difference in your business. If we have anyone else, let me just quickly refresh here screen. If there is anyone else who would like to share their story, I'm always open here. And okay, cool. Let me just pause it here because we're gonna have double voice. And I'm gonna dive right into something that I have prepared. So let me just share the screen, and please leave a comment if you can see the screen. And let me just move right into, okay, I think we are here. Okay. We'll be going through a bit of calculations today, as I promised to you. So please have your notebook and all the things ready for you. A brief introduction to me. Let me just make it bigger here. So we go down right into the slides here. So we got the 3 steps, and actually those are 3 secrets of promoting. And you will see why I call them secrets and why they are so important. And we're gonna break down, and I want you to do this exercise because always, so I make it practical, and it's very important because I want you to walk away with some distinctions that will allow you this week to take a business to a higher level. Okay, I'm currently in Maldives, and this is one of the pictures that I have taken, and that's an example of a promotion. That's an example of a promotion when they loaded this 4 massive yellowfin tuna in front of a fish market, and they were driving around, and they clearly got attention. It clearly worked. So let's dive into it and let's break it down. Briefly, my story. I come from Poland, spent 21 years of my life. Then I moved to London, spent 9 years. My reason for moving to UK was to get a degree. I got it. I thought it would be all the answers to all my problems, and then I would be rich and happy. It didn't turn out to be so. I still needed to acquire new skills and develop new strategies in order to grow in business. So it's basically, there's a map. I started first in Poland, moved to UK, lived there for quite a while, and at some point, me and my wife, we came up with something called wireless income. We didn't want to buy assets that were about to go down in value because it was 2009, but we wanted to have the freedom that owning assets, many assets, would give us. So we will be able to travel the world and meet incredible people and taste the local food and at the same time build a profitable business. That's why the whole journey is called wireless income. But we didn't want to wait till we are in our 60s or 70s. You know, in many countries right now, people have to work till they're like in late 60s. So what happens? That was the idea. And we took a leap of faith. Basically, we put all our stuff into a couple of suitcases, borrowed the last money, like put our ticket on the last space on our credit cards, and we flew to Maldives. And that was our first destination. Then we moved to Malaysia, where we consider it to be a base for like nearly 5 years, where we travel around the region. We were building businesses. We took the wireless income seminars all across Thailand, Singapore, Malaysia, Vietnam as well. But I want to go back to the time, to the early time when we are in Maldives, because that was a scary and exciting time. Why do I want to go to that? Because some of you are in that place. Some of you are currently in a place where money is running out and you don't know what to do. You don't know what to do. And I have to tell you, I know how it feels, because we had cash for 3 months. And I remember waking up early in the morning and asking the question, how can I make it happen? How can I make it happen? How can I make it happen? I remember going late to bed, like sometimes like 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning even. I saw the sunrise. And I was asking the question, what else can I do? How else can I make it happen? So it all came down to that determination and massive action. And that's how I want you to feel today, because that's what we're going to be focusing on, right? That's Maldives, a couple of pictures from Maldives. That's the capital, that's Male, and that's the airport here. Last week, let me just quickly recap what we discussed. We spoke about 5-step formula here. We've spoken about setting up the game plan, and we've spoken also about taking massive action. So how do we set up the game plan? You have to master your emotions in order to master your bank account, right? So it's very important that you put yourself in a state. You remember I broke down the formula of breakthrough when you have strategy, where you've got story and you've got state. That's why mastering your emotions is so powerfully important. Second thing, clarity. We work on the clarity. You just decided what to do, why you're gonna do it, when to do it, and how to do it. How is the strategy? Why is the psychology? I encourage you to get the 21 steps out of the way, right? And I hope you've done it, the 21 steps. And then we had I showed you that there are 2 different landing pages. Either you go system, either you go personal. My wife, using the personal one, was able to get with the conversions as long as 30, 40, in some cases even 60% conversions and slightly above that, because we keep improving. I mean, I fell in love with the whole concept of Kaizen, and you can do A/B testing, split testing. The tools right now that we have access to are absolutely incredible. I showed you that funnels, right? That we have two different funnels. IMF, those are the events, and MTTB is the online funnel. So basically, we focus on promoting both of them. And I will show you in a second. I'm going to show you my screen, and I'm going to walk you through what we have here on the board and why the sequence, why is that so important, etc. DWIT stands for do whatever it takes. We're talking here about generating leads. You have to have that attitude of show up and attack, show up and attack, do whatever it takes. I gave you an example of Shan, who joined us at webinar, and she was sharing her story, where basically total newbie, zero experience. She was just blasting away on Instagram and on Facebook. There were two of her main strategies, and she brought 20 registration within 30 days. So here we've got two funnels, right? So we've got events, we've got online, IMF, MTTB, HBS, MLR, Titanium, Platinum. We've got the commission 5,000, 3,000, 1,000. Those are strategies they can choose to drive traffic. I mentioned, I encourage you to have one or two strategies, master it, leave the rest, but master one or two strategies, develop that, because each of them you can make money, each of them you can develop very good income from that. Then after you set up the game, second thing, you generated leads, then we engage, we do whatever it takes. I showed you the formula, and I showed you also the video how to follow up on leads in 4 different steps. There's Facebook, LinkedIn, Google+, and Skype. So you just go, because you've got email address, you go for this 4-touch formula, you touch base with them, you give value, you see knock on the door, and lots of doors open, and basically you have a customer. We need to measure. What you measure, you treasure. Key numbers, Bitly, I showed you an example of that, number of visits, number of leads, number of system. Today I'm gonna go deeper into that, but obviously you will notice that there is consistently in pretty much every single formula that you're gonna be going through, there's always measuring, there's always Kaizen. Kaizen stands for constant and never-ending improvement. It stands for a better way of doing things and diving and celebrating, right? Don't forget that today is Saturday. We're going right after the webinar, pretty much. We'll be going to celebrate, to go to see our friends here and just hang out together. That's very, very important to celebrate. It was absolutely amazing week. We had lots of sales coming through. And let me just show you a little bit. Cool. We have many people diving in right now. Okay. I want to walk you through some of the numbers here that I have behind. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to drop them, because I'm very happy to show you the strategies that we have utilized ourselves. Before I explain what we have here behind, I will tell you a little bit of evaluation, what happened. Within the last 40 days or so, we have generated 21 sales, basically brand new kind of entries. We had 7 of them were HBSs, those are the $120 commissions. We had, I think, 13 of them, we had MTTBs, those are the $44 sales. We had 5 so far MLRs, those are the $1,000 commissions. We had 2 Titaniums we generated, and we had 1 Platinum. This is a 40 days run. We made lots of mistakes. I'm not saying we've done things perfect, but I want to tell you that making those mistakes and swinging in all the different directions was very profitable. I haven't seen, I will be honest here with you, I've tried lots of different systems. I haven't seen a speed like that. I treat this business as multiple 6-figure business, multiple 6-figure business. If the first 40 days got us to that crazy level, right now, with the knowledge that we have accumulated, with the testing and measuring we have done, we'll take this business to the higher level. That's why we created the Fast Track Mastermind, and many of you are already part of it. So let me just break down here. We're going to be going right into those strategies. We've got IMF traffic, right? We are heavy on meetups. Then we've got Eventbrite. It's free of charge. It's a totally free strategy here. We've got Facebook PPC. To be honest, we haven't started that properly yet. Total, some people might be asking how much we spent on marketing so far. We spent total around $150. It's ridiculous. Right now, I'm ready to spend, because I see
the value of a customer, and I will be breaking out the numbers. We've got also Bing PPC that I'm willing to try. We've got joint venture, so we had one person that we did a small joint venture with. It's powerful. LinkedIn, we wanted to do it, we haven't done it. There's Facebook event, PPC, retargeting, we haven't done, most of it we haven't done, and we've done a little bit of classified. So there was a bit of testing, we got some results, and we'll be scaling things up. From IMF traffic, you have IMF follow-up. There is like a dance, sequence of steps that basically we increase the numbers of people showing, first of all, registering. That's why like Mari is improving her landing pages to a point of like 45, 50, 60%. We keep improving, we keep testing that. Because for every 100 leads that you generate, if you move from 20% to 40%, you have extra 20 leads. If you move from 40 to 60, you have extra 40 leads with the same money, with the same effort. That's why the tweaking is so important. Then we improve how people show up at the events. So that's why we have a sequence of follow-ups as well that allow people to show up faster at the events. Some of you who are watching us from different parts of the world, we've never spoken. I don't know even how your voice sounds like, but basically because of these strategies, it worked. Basically, it worked and people showed up. And by the way, to have the 5-figure commission being generated, we haven't done crazy numbers. I'm talking about 21 registrations here, right? HBS, so that's another event. There's the $120 event. We will be putting together like a funnel here that will allow people to go through that much faster, because it's an amazing value where you have 3 days. People spend 3 days with their laptops for like $297 or $500 if they are inviting a guest. And then we have MTTB, so there is where we give our funnel, we give our value. And then we have one-to-one. I connect with people on Facebook, I connect with people on LinkedIn, I connect with people on Skype. Why is that important? Some people, they like what they see, they like different things, but they need the final tiny little tweak in order, they need that personal touch in order to be able to make the decision. That's how people make decisions. Think about yourself as well. That's basically how it is. We'll be scaling it up and we'll be bringing lots of strategies that will allow that, and I will be sharing with you. If you guys have any questions, drop them here or drop them on the underneath the screen. Let me just get right to that point. I think it's here. I'm gonna refresh it. If not, we're gonna dive right into the promoting. Okay, cool. We're moving on. If you have, guys, any questions, drop them here. I'm here to serve. I'm here to share, and I'm here. I'm not holding anything back. I showed you basically what we have done. Here on this side, if you just wonder, we have the events. We just had London event, we had Phoenix event, there's Singapore, there are 2 Singapores actually coming up, and there will be more HBSs as well. Okay, so let's drive right back into the slides. And as I mentioned, I will be checking the questions every now and then. So if you have anything, please share here. Okay, let's get right into the 3 secrets of promoting, right? 3 powerful secrets. The first thing is outcome. I especially put that picture. Some of you heard that story. If you have attended one of our workshops that we have organized, you heard that story. But I'm willing to tell that story again, because lots of people show up even at webinars like that, and you don't have an outcome. You don't know what you want. That's why some of you are not asking questions, right? If you don't have the outcome, you are wasting lots of time. If you walk into a meeting and you have a specific outcome in mind, the conversation is very different. I have outcomes right now. I ask myself, what's my outcome? Even when I give a call to my brother or even my father. The reason for that is that when I call him, we have a conversation. I want to be on purpose. I don't want to fluff around. That's not because I don't have time for my father, but is because I want to, if I want to express something to him, if I want to share something, or if I want to solve a problem, I know what I'm after. So my question is, do you know what's your outcome for this webinar? Do you know what's your outcome for this business? Do you know what you want to achieve? Why is that important? And why do we have such a shocking picture? I don't know if it's shocking, but I wanted to get your attention. Basically, it's a true story. JF Kennedy Airport had a huge problem with toilets. They were considered to be embarrassment in the United States for quite a while, and they didn't know how to solve it. They basically didn't know how to solve it. So they even put together a committee to solve the toilet problems in JF Kennedy Airport. So what they've done, they got a couple of people to fly around to different airports, the huge airports that are like equivalent to JF Kennedy, like all the Amsterdams and Heathrows and like all around the big airport, Dubai. And they studied how is that possible that at other airports it worked and they don't have that problem with cleanliness, and with how did they solve that problem. So after like a week, the committee got together and they all identified that the main problem is actually men's toilet. It's not ladies' toilet, but it's men's toilet. And the big part of the problem was that it was really smelly. Like whenever you walked into JF Kennedy men's toilet, you would have like really strong smell kind of coming away. And they tried with lots of different things, it didn't work. And one guy, I think he came by from Amsterdam, he said, I got it, I've got the answer, I will tell you. So they all sat down at the table and started listening to him. And he said, it's very easy, it's fly. I said, what do you mean it's fly? So we put a fly into the pissoir because a man needs to have a target to aim at. And one single fly that they embedded into the pissoir solved the problem of cleanliness immediately, overnight, by like 80%. And you can ask yourself a question, how is that relevant to my internet marketing business? Why on earth are you talking about men's toilets and pissoirs and flies? The reason for that is, if you don't have a target to aim at, you will waste lots of your bullets and time and resources. And that's not how you win the game. So you have to have a clear outcome. The same is with your marketing. What kind of outcomes can we have? Do you want to have leads? Do you want to have sales? Do you want to have engagement? And I would recommend that you have a specific outcome in mind. For example, on your list, on your email marketing list, the purpose should not be to sell. The purpose should be to engage people as many times as possible. Why? Because the more likely people are to engage with you, the more likely they are to buy from you. That's the formula. It sounds a little bit counterintuitive, but people who focus on selling, I have to say, we've been guilty of that as well, that we've been putting lots of emails on our autoresponders, and we are looking to sell pretty much with every single email. But that's not how money is made. So you have to have certain specific outcomes. If you are putting together a campaign to generate leads, you have to ask yourself a couple of valid questions. How can I maximize the amount of leads that I'm getting? So here we're going to dive into a little bit deeper into, for example, if you ask the question about that outcome that you want to have maximum number of leads, then you start asking a question, who are people who are most likely to opt in? Because it is not about sending your capture page to everyone. It's also, you can ask another question, how can we improve the conversion on my landing page? Right? So for example, if you use the system landing pages, if you use personal landing pages, and if you start monitoring, even just purely monitoring the numbers will increase that. But it can only happen once you have a clear outcome. If you create a piece of content, if you do any campaign, it's very important that you define your outcome, that you want to build a rapport, that you want to connect, that you want to give value, you want to engage, you want to get sales, or you want to get leads. Because that's very important. You can't say all of the above. It doesn't work like that. Okay, second thing. Have you ever been to a shooting range? If you have, I want you to leave some comments below, because that's a pretty cool experience, and it's very, very important. As you can see here, we've got all the bullets scattered all around. And yesterday, actually, we took a short break in the afternoon, and we went together for a safari boat that was nearby the island, and they had a dart, and I love playing dart, and I played dart with I think 10 years old. Was he 10 years old? 11. 11. Okay, so he's 11 years old, and I have to say he beat me. But I love the whole game of having a target and shooting it straight to the target. When you focus on the target and you kind of, you know what you're after. Part of it was about talking about outcomes. Second part is about talking about target market. Because the closer you are to the bullseye, the more likely people will be spending money and spending big money with you. One thing I took away from the recent training that I went for Tony Robbins in Singapore was, who is your ideal customer? Define it in details, define it, be specific about it. Because once you define your ideal customer, then you can put all your marketing into that specific customer. Yeah, and we're gonna be breaking it down. I hope you're taking notes here. Your marketing, your effort will change in a massive way once you have an outcome, once you have a target. So let's dive right into it. So there are 5 steps to choose your target market. I'm gonna quickly go through them, and I want you to take notes because I'm using that material to stimulate your mind a little bit. So step 1, analyze the features and the benefits of the product or the service that you have. Like in our case, my online business empire, you have a private coach, you have 21 steps, you have online education, you have a powerful platform that will help you to move from not being online to being online, or not producing online to producing online, because that's a big difference. There are lots of people who want to be online, but they just waste lots of time online. And there are people who make money online. So we have a solution, right? So we have certain features. Second thing, look at the types of customers who are likely to purchase your product and use your services. So let's dive into it. Who is the type of customer that is likely to purchase our product? This will be different groups of people. There will be people at a transition point, right? I want you to think of yourself. We have attracted a group of people, different groups of people, and I'm gonna define it to you as well. There are people who love to travel, and there are people who have the dream of having flexible income. There are people who are looking for flexible income from home because they, for example, have a baby. Like recently, we had in the previous business we had a single mother who was staying home and who was looking for a solution to make money, and that's this type of demographic. Also, this is for people who are looking to have a franchise, digital franchise. People who want to have something automated, people who don't want the whole MLM-y, hypey feel to it, but they would like to find themselves in a place where with professionals who talk about playing big game and strategizing in a way to be able to win that big, right? So that's a type of a customer, a very mature type of a customer, not the average opportunity seeker, though opportunity seekers find a way here as well. But this is a product also that is definitely very susceptible and very likable, but by somebody who is a little bit more mature type of a customer. Okay, consider the potential characteristic of your potential customer. So here we'll dive into that in a second. I will just break it down. Look at your competition. Competition, like for example, iPass, Empower Network, like what else? Magnetic sponsoring. There are a couple of MLSP. There are different types of businesses out there who are already doing that. Look at their business model, compare what they've done, analyze it, and look at similar features, because here you will be able to find a customer. Take a look at your current customer base and compile the research findings and make a massive decision. Take your first step. Okay, here discussing a little bit more about the customer. If you have done any form of PPC, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't done, it might look like, okay, there's quite a lot of things to figure out. But I will tell you a little bit from our side. We're looking for somebody between the age of 25 and around 40. That's our target market. Location, we're focusing currently on UK, Singapore, Malaysia, United States, Canada, and Australia. Those are the areas that we focus on. Why? Because these areas have much more, first of all, they speak English. Second thing, they have much more mature spending habits over the internet. In some markets, it is still growing, and there's still lots of growing that needs to be done. Income level. If you have followed emails that Matt Lloyd was sending, normally people who are doing very well with my online business empire. There are people who earn between $3,000 to $5,000, and they're looking to earn around $10,000 mark and above. That's the target market, very likely target market. Education level. Hey, I don't use it that much myself, but in some cases, depending on the market that you enter, you might use it as a filter to be able to speak only to a little bit more mature group of people, target market. Marital status or family status. I like seeing families doing business because that's a double power. Occupation, so here we can go in different directions. People who have done in the form of a solopreneurship, values, interests, hobbies, lifestyles, behaviors. So all those different things you can define inside Facebook. So those are very, very important. Next thing is you measure and you Kaizen that. And I will show you here. We're going to do a quick calculation, so you will walk away today with a spreadsheet and you will see how to do that. CPL, CPC, CPAC, AVA, ROI. What on earth is this? Right? What on earth is that? CPL stands for cost per lead. Very important number. You have to calculate that. CPC, cost per customer. CPAC is cost per acquiring customer, AVA, and ROI. So let me just show you the screen here. I think I've got it here. No, that's not this one. Okay, I think I've got the numbers here. A spreadsheet and you will see how to do that. CPL, CPC, CPAC, AVA. Okay, I can hear myself. Let me just refresh if we have any questions. Guys, if you have any questions, please leave them below here. I'm checking them right now. Okay, cool. And let me just go right into numbers. We've got, okay, cool. So imagine you have 1,000 clicks, yeah, and on average, depending on the target market, but let's say you pay 50 cents per click, 0.5, and those are clicks here. Here you've got landing page, and imagine your landing page. Let me just add one more number here. Okay, let's do above here. Your landing page converts at 20%. Right? So we take 1,000 times 20% because you will notice that. Yeah, okay. So we have 200 leads that came through. What happens when we do A/B testing, split testing, and we improve it by 30? Obviously, this is common sense, but unfortunately, it's not a common practice. So you've got suddenly, out of just simply focusing on one area, you have extra 100 leads. That's a huge thing for the business, right? So let's look at cost per lead here. So if it costs us 50 cents per click, then we have $500. Just put, okay, there's $500 here. So cost per lead will equal 500 divided, no, let's go back here, divided by 300, right? So we've got $1.6 per lead here. And look what happened when it's 20%. So we've got cost per lead goes to $2.5. Suddenly the cost increases a lot, right? So it's very, very important because with the numbers, you can work backwards, and I will show you how to work backwards. Okay, imagine that we've got later the sales video here. And the sales video, okay, let me just, video. Imagine that it converts, let's say, 5%. So we take the 200 times 5%, so we have 10 customers. So what do we do here? We take the $500 that we spent, we divide it by 10 customers, so it costs us $50 to acquire a customer. This is cost per customer. Yeah, this is cost per lead. Cost per lead here. And if your average value of a customer here we have average value of a customer is currently around between 500 to 800. I will put it 500. How many times can you be spending $50 in order to get a customer that is worth $500? You can be doing that forever. For every customer, initially you get $44 if they buy MTTB. But basically, 1 out of 4 people goes into MLR. Like we have 21 customers and we have 5 MLRs, right? 1 out of 3 MLRs goes titanium. We have 5 MLRs, but we have 2 titaniums. 1 out of 2 titaniums goes platinum. So those are the numbers. Yeah, and we have 1. Right, so we generated 1. So I want to show you, because right now you can work backwards. So you have your cost per lead, cost per customer, average value of a customer, and obviously, if 50 customers bring you on average $500, so the total is 500 times 50 here. We've got 25,000. That's pretty good number. And so let's calculate ROI here. ROI. So I will show you. We spend, okay, let's do it like that. We spent $500 divided by 25,000. Hold on. I think I messed that up. 500 divided, I think it's 200%. No, it's more. I'm doing it wrong. How do we calculate ROI? I played with that so many times. Basically, we have 500. Okay, I think it's around 200 times fold. I will work this number out and I will look at that. For some reason, it doesn't work here. But basically, you take this number and you should be able to divide by this number, and it gives you percentage. By
you minus that.
No, okay, that's the ROI. I will come back to that. Okay, let me just do it again.
B minus A over A.
Hey, my wife is helping me out here. You see, I'm not perfect, but that's what I'm trying to demonstrate. Is that those numbers are important. I always calculate them, but for some reason, this divided by.
No, you have to subtract the investment and then divide it by the investment.
Okay, cool. So first we take this number minus the investment. So we have 245, and we take 245
over the investment.
Divided. Right, we have 49-fold. Basically, that would be 4,900% if we were to work it out in percentages, right? 4,900%. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
What would I do without you?
I don't know.
Okay, guys, if you have any questions right now, please shoot me a message. As you see, I'm not perfect, but I basically find a solution. I always find a solution, even if the solution is my wife. Okay, so the numbers are really, really important. Let me just dive back into here. Right, so the numbers are really, really important. That we just have to figure out, and we have to get the numbers right. Because once you have it, the next step is Kaizen. It means that you constantly improve that. If you had, for example, 30% on your landing page, you do 31%, 32%, 33%, 40%, etc. So you experiment. If you have any questions, I'm here to answer any questions. If not, guys, as you know me, I always have a challenge for you. But remember, if it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you. So today, we covered really important things, because we covered 3 elements of promotion, right? First of all, outcome. I want you to tap into the power of outcome. I want you to work with outcomes. I want you to even to have an outcome for this afternoon, for hanging out, whatever it is, just so you're gonna get much more fulfilled life. If you apply the same thing to business, it will transform you. Second thing, Second element that we spoken about was target market, right? So I hope you have some ideas about the type of a customer that we're looking for. Third thing was obviously measuring and Kaizen. If you have any numbers, if you have, for example, even 5 leads that you generated 5 leads and you spent, let's say, $12, then break down and calculate for yourself what is your cost per lead, right? Work out the numbers, play with those numbers. That's very, very important. So I want you to take the learning, the content, and write about it. You will position yourself as a leader. I challenge you to do that, because you will position yourself in front of your people as somebody who is attending courses, who is improving yourself, and you will create attraction around yourself. People will ask questions. People will see that you are on purpose, you are different. Second task, implement the 3 steps. I want you to take the 3 steps and implement it today. So basically, first of all, create a campaign, define an outcome, define the target market, measure your number, Kaizen it, right? It's not all about analyzing, but it's about taking action. It's not all about learning and consuming. It is about producing. So right now, it's time to show up and attack. It's time to dominate. It's time to do whatever it takes. It is time to really take massive, massive action. We've taken massive action in the first 40 days right now here. I'm very happy about the results. Seriously, I didn't expect that level. This is just the beginning, but right now, watch the numbers. We've got lots of strategies to take it to a totally different level right now with the existing knowledge. You can see I don't take this business lightly. This is my 6-figure business plan here, and I will be implementing that. And I know many of you will be part of our fast track mastermind, where you will be part of the panel as well. You will be sharing your results. You will be sharing what you have done. You will be working on assignments as well. So guys, if you have any questions, shoot them back. I'll be here for a while. If not, I'll be on Facebook probably for the next 15-20 minutes. And I want to encourage you. You have enough information. Stop searching for more solution. Take action with what you already have. Why? Because you will have numbers. Once you have numbers, you can be improving them. If you don't have numbers, if everything is just knowledge, if everything is just notes on your notebook, you can't turn it into paying your bills. You can't give it to your kids. You can't put it into your car to drive it. You can't do that. You have to figure out the numbers. You have to take massive action with what you already know. You already know enough to take massive action, and then implement it and have results, measure them, improve, and keep kaizening all those things. I hope you like that. Leave some comments below, and I will speak to you next week. Next week, we'll be breaking down another really powerful formula to take this business to a different level. So I hope you enjoyed that. Leave some comments below, and God bless. Have a great weekend. Speak soon. Bye-bye.